Mama's in the living room watching Judge Judy. I'm in the kitchen eating leftover sushi. And she yells, oh, girl, you gotta hear this one. A man was arrested for running a theme park. And when they said, where's your license? He said, my dog ate it. Oh, you can't make this shit up. Sometimes I wonder if life's just one big cosmic joke. It's like she's on a Reddit, reading r/funny lawsuits, yelling from the couch. As she sips on a Prosecco, makes fun of all the weirdos, and then I hear her shout. It's like she's on a Reddit, reading r/funny lawsuits, yelling from the couch. As she sips on her Prosecco, makes fun of all the weirdos, and then I hear her shout, girl, you gotta hear this one. Mama loves to laugh at how absurd life is, says it's all a comedy and I'm her audience. And I love the way she makes fun of the world. She said, you'll never guess what's with their girlfriend. It was a man who didn't get us out of the bed. He said, I've been through hell and now I need some help. You just can't make this shit up. You just can't make this shit up. Sometimes I wonder if life's just one big cosmic joke. It's like she's on a Reddit, reading r/funny lawsuits, yelling from the couch. As she sips on a Prosecco, makes fun of all the weirdos, and then I hear her shout. It's like she's on a Reddit, reading r/funny lawsuits, yelling from the couch. As she sips on a Prosecco, makes fun of all the weirdos, and then I hear her shout, girl, you gotta hear this one.
All caps means you're either panicking or trying to represent yourself in court. Both are mistakes. Your feelings are adorable, but they're not admissible, persuasive, or even interesting without evidence. Yes, Heather hates immunity doctrines. It's a personality trait at this point. You don't need to remind her, she wakes up angry about it. Bring receipts. No, I heard it from so and so. This is quid pro quo, not next door. Screenshots are statutes only. Don't fight each other. Fight the law. It deserves it more. If you're offended, excellent. That means you're awake, paying attention, and probably new here. No diagnosing the host. She's petty, not pathological. And don't diagnose anyone else. Stay in your lane, please and thank you. Do not summon the mods. They're tired, hangry, and may bite when provoked. Disagree loudly if you must. The algorithm eats drama for breakfast. Just keep it cute while you argue wrongfully. If you're taking screenshots of my chat, touch grass, tell your handlers. I said hi and find a hobby that isn't me.
Hey everybody, it's Squid. Welcome back to my channel. It's time to gather around, y'all, back to the petty drama docket, because today we have a tale of federal judicial efficiency and one man's 6-page emotional support letter that never even stood a chance. Oh, we have two things today, but first, coming to the stage, my friend, Spawn Trooper. Whoop. There you go. How are you?
I didn't do it. You didn't see me do it. You can't prove fuck all. Hello.
Huh?
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I am here. I'm functioning. I'm vertical, which is better than a couple days ago. So we're good.
Yeah, I mean, everything's been going pear-shaped, so I had to do quite a lot of work today. And I got a mouthful of bloody engine oil as well while I was at it.
Just for good measure, huh?
Yes, yeah. Anyway, so, it's been a very interesting few days, to say the least.
Yeah. We're going to get into the two documents today, but we're going to get into the second one first, just to get it out of the way because it's quick, straight to the point, and it's going to prove my point that I've been saying for months. So, we are going to get into, let's see, this one. And, oh, come on. There we go. So we are going to get into document 176 before document 175. Because document 175 is one man's emotional support letter, which I'm not entirely sure was written by that man. However, it proves the point that I've been saying for months about a certain issue with a case that you can't handle right now because the case is on a stay. So this is an order from the judge. Defendant Cook has filed a request for the court to report Mr. Shochet's subordination of perjury, or subordination, whatever the fuck he tried to write. This case is currently stayed. No filings are authorized. Accordingly, defendant Cook request is stricken. The judge probably didn't read it, saw that there was a filing, said you can't do anything when a case is on a stay. And so regardless of whatever that document said, he probably didn't even read it.
And considering that you've got Judge Dredd's fucking love child, Fleeca Crampon the Third, okay, acting like she's freaking, Lady Law herself, and has no official, because I've checked, no official legal training or legal schooling whatsoever. So anything that she does write is either from a third party, AI, or both.
Well, I wanted to bring this one up first because this proves my point. Because certain people who have been bitching about this judge, saying, why hasn't he done a certain thing about a certain someone on a certain case? He proved his point right here. Procedurally, you can't do shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it proves that either John Cook didn't write it and didn't submit it himself, and or he is a complete and total idiot because he's been in this chat. And I give people the benefit of the doubt until they prove to me that they are dumb. I generally give people the benefit of the doubt and okay, you make stupid decisions, but shit happens, everybody does stupid shit from time to time. But he has been in this chat when I have literally been talking about the fact that you can't, and preaching and getting upset about the fact that you cannot do anything in a case when it is on a stay. That doesn't just go for what the Hales people and the judge giving Bubbles sanctions. That goes for anybody filing any sort of motion, except for every 90 days, Randy saying, yes, her bankruptcy update.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, Squidicus Maximus Decimus. All right, one thing that I have noticed, and I'm not being rude here, I'm not trying to insult anyone's intelligence, but one thing I have noticed over the last 9 months is that running around in a circle blindfolded while you're in smack bang in the center of a Chinese-Irish minefield, and then going, is it here? Is it here? Is it here? Because they don't, either they are ignorant, ignoring, or they're just both and dumb. The fact that every time they put emotion in, every time they open their mouth, then contradicts of what they put in on emotion. Then they make accusations. Then they go on and on and on.
I just have to address this comment real quick, and I'm sorry to interrupt you. The motion was incorrect. Even if the case weren't stayed, he should have filed a motion to strike or dismiss. We'll get there when we get there. Don't put the cart before the horse.
Yeah.
There's a reason that I started with this one, and it's to get this procedural issue of you can't do anything when a case is on a stay. And it's one of those things that I've been passionate about for the last 5 months because people have been bitching and bitching and bitching about shit and the fact that nothing is being done in this case. And the judge just proved my point. And the So I'm getting this part out of the way first before we go back, because the talking about a 6-page motion is going to take us an hour because we're going to be laughing at it. So we may never get to this part. So I'm getting this part out of the way first. So don't put the cart before the horse.
Yeah. All right. Can I finish what I was saying?
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. Right. Okay. So basically, all this that's going on, right? You've got people. I mean, like, we've all seen the shorts from Jeremy. We've all seen everything. But there's one thing that I think that people need to start paying attention to is the implosion of the anti-what the hell's ecosystem, the behaviors of all these people involved. The fact that Deuce Foreskin has definitely gone silent running. The fact that Luthman hasn't got any content and he tries it on with me and basically lost hands down, both hands down. The fact that, like, you've got Swamp Lizard and other people sort of doing their own thing and they only appear once in a while. The fact that the crampons, I mean, when are these people actually going to come to terms with the fact that you faffled and now you're finding out? And like from the things that I've seen from the get-go is that Jeremy is not going to be backing off. Absolutely not. And, I mean, it's costing him quite a bit, but someone's going to be going to jail, or some people are going to be going to jail. I predict that tonight, ladies and gentlemen. On the 9th of December, 2025, I predict you're going to jail. Oh,
And Devil Fan, I went back and I watched that stream. I did not turn green. I watched it. I went back and I watched the whole thing. The last 5 minutes, I was not green. There was no color in my face, but I was not green.
What are you talking about?
Sunday night, I did a live stream on my other channel, and about 35 seconds after after my live stream, I emptied the contents of my stomach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was not a fun. I literally had to cut my live stream off early and say, I gotta go, I'm not feeling good, and sprinted to the other side of the house. And so now everybody that was on that stream with me is making fun of me because I was green.
Yeah. Do you know what? Every time when I throw up, I just scream or shout at the top of my voice, "Get out! You haven't paid your rent. Make room for someone who does." And then my beautiful wife brings me food and I am feasting. Yes.
So either way, this one out of the way first, because we've literally had this issue of, I've been saying for months, I've preached to people in regards to the sanctions issue that you cannot do anything in regards to a stay, or you cannot do anything in a case, no motions, no nothing, when a case is on a stay. And the judge just literally said it. So it was like, thank you, Judge Bolitho, for reinforcing. And I know this judge did exactly what I would do. And what I had talked to you about earlier was like, the judge probably didn't even read it. He knows that this case is on a stay, saw something and was like, no, I'm not even going to read this. It's a waste of my time.
Yeah. Can I just point something out? Hi, Papa Squid. I just want to point something out, ladies and gentlemen. The icon that you're seeing right there, the words are, I don't trust words anymore. I trust patterns.
Did it die?
You can say you care, but your actions will always expose your bullshit. And I've decided to put that up. Yeah. Sometimes it's needed that. But this whole. Can you imagine walking into court and then you see every single document? You remember that NTSB document that we looked at, and there was over 3,000 pages. You remember that?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
I'm still working on trying to go through those and trying to make videos, but I'm so bad at it.
Can you imagine what this case is going to look like in court when all that paperwork is in court?
So, Wes and Bama, I have two things to say to you. Two things. First, go
Yeah,
dogs.
take a second.
Go dogs. But secondly, I actually, and I had said this in the chat a little earlier, I had actually ran this document 175, and compared it to, and had it compare the writing styles to 4 documents that Bubbles wrote. Like Bubbles actually wrote back last year. I think I uploaded, let's see, I'm going to look back and see what it told me. I uploaded the, oh, come on. Document 130, BBB response to Shochet, something, and I said compare it to John Cook's. And then I uploaded another 2 or 3. Sorry, I have a long thread here asking lots of questions. I uploaded the BBB's response to Shochet, 2 of them. And then I uploaded the opposition to something. The opposition to the amended complaint. And I couldn't find the one that I didn't go through the documents enough to find where Bruce started using the acronym polyflop or whatever whatever the hell it is. I tried to find that one, but there's 170 documents. So when you're going through line by line, it's a little difficult to find which one actually used the terminology. But it did a side-by-side comparison of the tones and everything like that. And it said it does not think that Bruce wrote this. Only because of, well, it did a side-by-side comparison to opposition brief and then document 71 or 175. The tone was emotional and accusatory in the one, and neutral. Somehow it got neutral out of all of Bruce's stuff, which I guess taken out of context, if you don't know his attitude behind it, might be. And this is where AI kind of takes emotion out of it, which is also helpful. The run-on sentence style of the motion that we're going to read versus a clean, concise, and technical of other ones. Structure is inconsistent and wandering. This looks more like a Lisa kind of style of writing to me than a Bruce. Even though I don't like the way Bruce writes, I did this on multiple different documents. It's just I'm in a long thread and it's hard to go back when you're like looking exactly for. Oh, and I did the response to the show cause order. Because I thought, let's get something where Bruce is a little more emotional, and it still doesn't think that the person who wrote this motion is Bruce. He might have had a hand in it, and they might have used some of his language, like the polyflop shit. But at the same time, AI doesn't, and I compare when I compared it to multiple documents. Because I was like, okay, one is not enough of a sample size.
Can I just interject?
Yes.
And it's something I just thought of. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Right, there's something I just thought of. The fact that there's been so many freaking lawyers flying in around all this in regards to Lynette Preston, that, right? It's very easy for someone to turn around, because we know that there's third-party communication going on between the crampons and God knows who else with Preston and the lawyers that she has had. Could there be a possibility that for someone probably turned around and recorded a conversation with a lawyer asking certain questions given to you by a third party? So when you ask that lawyer, oh, by the way, can I do this? Yes, you could do that, but this. So is there a possibility, just hypothetically speaking, speculation here, right? We're throwing it out in there. Is that there's a possibility that someone said to Lynette, so right, ask these questions. You're paying for the freaking time, so you may as well ask these questions. Is there a possibility, hypothetically speaking, is there a possibility that these questions were asked They were then recorded. It was then taken and then given to the crampons.
That's a really good possibility. I mean, anything's possible, and a lot of lawyers have free, like free consultations and things. So who knows?
Because
The-
I don't think
the-
fleecer, crampon, walrus, whatever they want to call it, toothless freaking wonder of the worlds. I don't think she's got the comprehensive knowledge to actually sit down and know case law. Because I mean, to be honest with you, if she had a brain made of dynamite, she'd be too dangerous to wake up in the morning, let alone look at daylight. But that's beside the point. The fact of the matter is, I just find it I doubt very much it would be it'll be freaking Mr. Magoo, Elmer Fudd. I doubt very much it'll be him because he wants a different type of attention. I doubt very much it's like Life Jacket Lips, because she's trying to keep herself out of the limelight in certain ways.
She's not.
I doubt very much it's Deuce Foreskin, because he's probably trying to learn the song of the Foreskins. So I personally think there's a third party involved that we are not aware of.
And it kind of could be a combination of
All
of them.
Yeah. Because
there are certain things in here where I literally did think Bruce. There are certain things in here that I looked at and I was like, I don't think that's Bruce. And I don't.
Can I get 50 more likes? It's my channel.
So let me address these super chats and stuff.
Like these freckled jeans crack me up every time. But
thanks for the $20 super chat. Pacer fees suck. Yeah, they do. And I'm covering a new case on Pacer, and that we covered yesterday. And if you didn't check out yesterday's stream, I highly encourage it if you want to see what actual evil looks like in this world. But also, I knew going into that stream that my stream was going to be throttled back. Yes, YouTube has put a limited ad, an unsuitable for ads moniker on my list. It's not completely demonetized, but it's limited because of
Wait, what have I missed? What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I covered a case of a wannabe PDF file that was going to fly to Kent, England, to have not so fun times with a 9-year-old. And his place of employment is less than 1 mile from my high school. Oh yeah, it's a if you want to see what there was shit that I couldn't read on stream yesterday because I felt uncomfortable. So, but yeah, that's a federal case because they arrested him at O'Hare International Airport trying to take a flight to New York, then he had a flight from New York to Heathrow.
Oh, I'll give you my opinion offline.
Yeah, none of us had a good time in that stream yesterday, but that's why we call certain things exposing evil. And calling someone a name because they voted for the person you don't like is not evil. What this guy did or was attempting to do is evil. But getting back to this stream, so this stream can actually stay monetized.
Squid, I have to stop everything right now because Her Highness, my queen, is standing next to me.
I just waved at you if you want a cup of coffee. That's all. I did not mean to stop Squid in her tracks.
You haven't, but you stopped me, my dearest, my liege.
Did I scare you? Did I scare you?
Yes, my highness, because you've done a fucking ninja on me again. Sorry.
Anyway, back to the topic. Have a cast iron, did she?
No, I've actually hidden that fuck up. One thing I want to point out. I wasn't aware of your stream last night because I wasn't really in the right frame of mind. I was definitely not in a good bloody mood last night. So, but the thing is, because I'm still learning about, what stuff I can share and what I can, I can add, comment and, critique to. When it comes to that type of that type of topic. I tried to avoid that because I know for a fact that I would just want to go on a, oh right, great, hunting season's open. You know what I mean? It's being a parent myself, like any other parent would, the blood boils. But I don't want to digress from tonight's topic. So
Yeah,
but I understand.
it's like if you're I'm not trying to be the grift, but I'm not trying to do the grifty grift thing, but that stream did get limited ad revenue. So when I say limited, I mean probably 1/4 of the ad revenue, which really isn't much anyway, that it normally would have. So if you're going to send those if you're going to send those super chats, please do.
And the thing is, if you're going to what you call it, if you're going to do streams like that, you just have to accept the fact that
and I do. I've talked about Order of Nine Angels. I talk about difficult topics on this stream because if I don't, who will? I feel like those things need to be exposed because there is true evil in this world. And instead of us calling each other names for who we voted for or what policy we support or don't support, we can all come together and understand that there is pure evil in this world. And sometimes just voting for the wrong person, isn't it?
I got a bone to pick with you.
Oh no! Can I get through these?
Not right now. Right. Papa Squid asked me what's my channel's usual topic. Right. My main channel is at the moment everything that's going on with this case. However, I'm going to be moving sort of away from that. But you'll find out. That's going to be a surprise. I don't want to give other people content, you know what I mean? Anyway, also
Freckles said Spawn talks about his mani pedi appointments.
Rage quit, Ginger, right now. Rage quit. Right. Now,
make sure you hit the like before you rage quit.
Right, let me tell you right now. All right. But my other channel, my gaming channel, that's games only. I'm still debating if I'm gonna take the chat away or not, but that's by and by. Right. I've got a bone to pick with you. Technically, I don't because of what you said about the law over in the United States is from England. Luckily, I am not from England, so I don't really can't. I can sort of like throw, I mean, at the end of the day, if you guys over there are still whinging and whining about the law, right? You've had 300 years to figure it out, and if you haven't,
you completely missed my point. I had said. I had followed up on that comment with when people tell you you don't know about American law, you can say, well, your law came from ours, so maybe I do.
Well, technically, it didn't come from us. It came from those freaking opinions. Anyway, no, but but I get the point, and I was ignoring chat last night a little bit. I was not in a good mood, so I didn't want to go at people.
Well, it died, didn't it? You took it off the charger again.
Obviously, they come in here to pick on me tonight.
Hung Hero, thanks for the 10 Squid Pro Quo memberships. As always, turning the chat green. Ninja Puppy, thanks for the $4.99 Nanner Fund for Baby Squid. Hey, you got a banana fund? Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
And I mean, this goes across the board. If how can I put this? Let me phrase it in a way that the Americanese understand. I know that the Americanese language is similar to the English language, but hey, why is it that no one considering that everything is going on and that most of this is being covered online in social media, on the Facebooks and stuff like that, why is it that newspapers and news channels haven't covered this yet? I mean, Channel 20 did. Excuse me?
Because they don't care.
Well, threats to people's safety and well-being, like George and Jeremy's, and I feel, I mean, if I lived in the States, oh God, I'd have some fun now, because I'd be going to the American MMA Association, Medieval MMA Association, going, hey, can I become a member? Can I bring a friend?
She's trying to tell me something, and one, I don't know what she's talking about, and two, what I think she's talking about doesn't make any sense. So, All right, let me get through this. Freckle Ginger, thanks for being a member for 5 months. Can I get 50 more likes? Because it's my channel birthday.
Oh shit! Did you see Jabba the Hoot's post, or am I richly 2 weeks behind? Is he now proclaiming he is a victim?
I don't pay attention to these people. I barely have enough time to pay attention to what I want to pay attention to, let alone the fact that what I
And
keep.
also, why does Bruce Matskin have an email from the Epstein story as his banner on his Facebook account? Anyway, by the way, if you don't,
Can I get through these super chats before we get back to this conversation?
I'm sorry, I'm sort of losing. I'm just trying to think how stupid they, aka Jabba the Hoot, wipes his ass.
Chris,
Sorry.
thanks for the £5. Not surprised that stream was rough. Yeah, it was. It needed to be talked about, but and I did give a little update. Afterwards, he waived his preliminary hearing that was supposed to be today, so he is incarcerated until he goes to trial. Squaw Bob, thanks for the $3 super sticker. It is so good to see you. I have missed you. Andy, thanks for the $5 super chat. What I find so amusing in Fed 2 is the defendant's inability, less MLS, to shut the fuck up. Co-host 2, apparently.
Wait, what?
She says, what I find so amusing in Fed 2 is the defendant's inability, with the exception of MLS, to shut the fuck up. Co-host 2, apparently.
Kiss my ass, and while you're there, shave it.
Ew.
What? I like to have
thanks for the $5 super chat. I love that I can pay to have it said that Spawn is weird and Squid is awesome.
You know what? I tell you one thing, guys. You are so lucky that I've got thick skin and that I actually appreciate everyone here. Otherwise, I'd be calling you cockwombles all day long and not even break a sweat. But then again, you wouldn't even know what that meant.
Squid,
anyway.
derail the derailer. I'm trying to get this stream back on the rails.
I'm waiting for you to bring the documents up. I mean,
I wanted to get through the super chats, but every time I started,
crack on then, and then
every time I started, you
Wait, I'm gonna say blah 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 blah. I don't say blah blah blah. Like, just get on with it.
All right, we are gonna go to this abomination of a let's see, 2-person document right here. There we go.
Oh god, here comes Jeff Montgomery.
Gavin Kern, thanks for being a member for 8 months. Tell the Kiwi to stop whining.
Oh, shut up, you short ass Canadian freaking garden gnome.
Oh, use the mute.
I could do better. I can disconnect if you guys want to. I don't care.
Please don't. I can't cover this damn document by myself. I'll go insane. Are you fucking serious? All right.
My god, that's small. Oh,
I didn't
seen
read
that
this
one.
word for word. I skimmed it. So let's remember this. I did skim this. I did not read it word for word. Because I would go absolutely ape shit. I can't read it twice. That's the thing about certain documents. I cannot read them twice in like the span of one day. Like I can go back and read them weeks
I have
from
to draw
now
the line
and be
now.
fine.
I have to draw the line now. Right. Enough's enough. How freaking dare you come into this stream, right, and insult me in that tone of voice, Chucky? I mean, really? T? Fucking T? That's it. I fucking quit.
On that note, I don't know what just happened here. All right. Yeah, it's the formatting to me is one of the things that there is the there we go. He's back. There is the point of contention here. So, you know how when you try so hard to fake like you didn't write something that it makes it look like you wrote it? That's one of the things that made me think that Bruce had a hand in this.
Well, I mean, I haven't read the document, so to be perfectly honest with you, I have to hold my comment on that. Once
When
I
the-
start,
When the formatting is so off, that's when I'm like,
what do you mean format so off? Oh,
so
hang
if
on a
you
minute.
compare it to let's look at one of Bruce's documents and
No,
just
look at
remember
Lynette's name. That's already one red flag.
yeah.
And the fact the I John Cook Pro say the way it's been written there, okay. Let me get into it, and then I can tell you. I'll give you my opinion if it's written by him or someone else.
All right. Request for the court to report Mr. Shochet's subordination of perjury, which, okay. That in itself is like, makes me go, huh? I, John Cook, pro se, respectfully request that this honorable court report attorney Randall Shochet's subordination of perjury in this case to the Florida Bar for investigation. I make this request of my own volition. My prior counsel already had drafted a request to report Mr. Shochet, but it was not filed during his representation. How do you know that? No, truth be told, this was struck. Let's not even giving anybody the benefit of the doubt. Like taking who it is completely off. If this was person A and person B, and I did not know anything about any personalities of either, I would go, this judge struck this because you can't do anything during a stay.
Can I just point something out again?
Yes.
Can you just scroll up until you got the request for the court to report Mr. Shochet? No, up. Just put the heading to the top of the top of that page for a second. Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to highlight. Well, I mean, you can highlight it if you want, but there's a couple of things that I have noticed that's either done by Gemini or ChatGPT or some other AI. Because, for example, on the first paragraph, I choose to file at this time as self-represented, the line in between self and represented. And then on the second paragraph, you got polymop and then that line protecting. And then above that, where you got court related, you got a line there as well. This definitely went through some sort of AI program because
Hey,
AI.
Spawn. Say it out. Say it again.
Hey, Spawn, you need a facial.
I need a what?
Facial.
Who's that? Oh, Papa Squid, you absolute git. I did not know that was you. Oh, you swine. Hello, Papa Squid. How you doing? Listen. I'm wrestling with my self-loathing, okay? And I can't fail again. I've booked that time. I just can't miss it again.
This is what they do. Y'all.
Chucky, you did a good job. You made him hang up.
No, I actually pressed the wrong button, you git. Don't you start on me. No, I can see you. Get your hair cut.
All right.
I'm glad there's 3,000 miles between us.
More than
Still
that.
love you though.
Okay, 5,000, whatever.
All right, your granddaughter ran into the other room, so I'm gonna hang up.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Go ahead and you can hang up her iPad. Oh, no, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, you're on her phone, by the way.
Yeah, it's good to talk to you, by the way, Papa Squid.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Say bye. Say bye to the chat.
Bye, chat.
Bye.
You want?
Sorry.
Oh, she came back and got him.
Right. I'm telling you right now, and I don't care what anyone says, that's gone through some sort of AI support writing program because of the lines and everything. This is, I mean, like, I use it because obviously I've got, anyway, but that definitely has gone through something. You see the line court related, there's a line in between that. Polymop, there's a line after that. And self-represented party, there's a line between self and representing. So keep an eye on that, guys. Just keep an eye on.
And AI does that, but I do that a lot.
No, like, AI does it automatically.
I know, but what I'm saying is, like, I do that. Like,
yeah,
when I'm not using AI, I do that. So it's like
Okay,
I'm
let me
having to
be
change my writing style
okay,
sometimes so people don't think I'm using
and
AI.
let me be
So
devil's advocate then. Let's all take a step back and step out of this box and have a look at this all from a distance. And let's see, and let's have a good look at John Cook. Do you seriously freaking think that John Cook has wrote? I'm not saying he's an idiot, but do you seriously think that he can write the way he's written here without
I
assistance
think
from
it
a?
was put through AI for something, but I don't think like the original like rough draft was AI. I think it was
Send me
put
the
through
file.
AI to sound more legal and less
Send me the file. I've got a
rude.
different program here. Send me the file.
All right.
Not whenever you can. Just
I
send me a
will I'll
copy.
do it afterwards.
No,
So,
if you do it, if you can do it now, because then like I can then give you the answer.
give me 1
You know what I'd like
second.
to do while we talk?
Do, do, do,
Because
do, do.
I'm sorry, this is not the first time I have seen documents like this, and there's no way that you will actually remember to put, do these. No,
And
because
that's true.
it's too fucking random, and it's happening, and I've seen this happen in multiple documents, and that's even before reading it. I noticed them straight away.
Federal one.
So
So
the case convicted of plaintiff, right?
there we go. I sent it to you on Discord.
Right. Sweet.
So, all right. So, getting back into this, I do think that it was put through AI as some sort of like, when you write something and you're like, this just doesn't sound right, make this sound more legal or make this sound like more professional. Because I've done that. I've written letters or emails to court clerks for documents and stuff. And I've literally said, I've written my email and then read it. And I'm like, I don't know if this sounds right. And I've put it through Chat GPT and I was like, make this sound more professional where the court clerk's not going to get pissed at me for emailing them or I'm not going to be wasting their time. So I've literally done that for certain things. However, I don't think this was like AI generated by itself where it said, "Hey, I want to sanction my opponent's lawyer, write me a document." I don't think it was like that. So there's it I don't know. I didn't put it through the AI program that would give me like a percentage of that used to tell me like a percentage, like 50% done. I haven't run it through that program yet. I've been busy. Hey, Texas Alien. And Kasha, thanks for being a member for 8 months. Hey, from cold Florida. Hey, everyone. I know it's so cold right now. Oh, so cold right now. Oh my God. It's still warmer than a lot of people, so I can't complain. But it's cold. It's cold. I literally like stood in the shower this morning and I'm like, I don't want to get out because it's cold. Like, I don't want cold air on my skin. I don't want to go outside. I don't want to do anything. All right. So let's get back into this. Okay, hold on, baby. Spawn, do you mind taking over and reading this? I gotta go do mama duties. Spawn.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just right. Okay. What am I doing? Where am I reading
So
from?
we were at I make this of my own volition.
Okay.
Um,
All right, I've got you.
okay.
I
I will
make
be
this
back in a
request
minute.
of my own that word. My prior counsel has already drafted a request to report Mr. Socket, but it was not filed during his representation. I choose to file it at this time as a self-represented party and requested and received his approval to convert it into a request for myself. This case was contrived by the plaintiff to create ongoing fresh court-related content for the plaintiff's YouTube. I already know who's been writing this, who helped him with this. YouTube channel. It is a polymorph, a protraction of litigation and multiplication of proceedings. It is much worse than garden variety vexatious litigation because the harassment of Preston and Cook isn't. Why are you speaking yourself in third person? Isn't the end goal of frivolous legal claims, nor is winning the claim on their merits. The end goal is money generated from the plaintiff's YouTube video. Again, videos to content for which comes from ongoing. Interesting. I personally think that someone, right, okay, so I got, there you go. Wait, what? Yes, skip. This is becoming really stupid. This is becoming really stupid because the thing is, just by reading that first paragraph, obviously we know who's involved and who's helping him write this. Who has a habit of bringing his YouTube channel up all the time? Who does that?
Hey, I'm here, but someone took my seat. Someone took my seat.
Right. You see, right. You see the two paragraphs I just wrote out. The minute I read the case was contrived by the plaintiff to create ongoing fresh court-related content for the plaintiff's YouTube channel.
Oh, that's copy and pasted.
Yeah. And then down at the end of the goal, the money is generated from the plaintiff's YouTube videos to content which comes from ongoing litigation at every single proceeding along the way. A number of YouTube channels rely almost entirely for their content on this litigation and the said two actions by the plaintiff against 10 defendants. On December the 19th, 2024, the court itself heard live the plaintiff read his statement from one of his YouTube videos discussing this case. I think that someone needs to explain to these clowns that anything that's public information and anything that's public, right, is fair use, and it can be, used for constructive criticism, journalistic investigation, content, comment, and basically sit here and ridicule you for being such a clown and an idiot trying to rip off people. But anyway. I mean, I have come across many things in my time with this, but one thing that makes me even now which makes me even think that this was definitely not written by him, for sure.
Well, one of the things that I'm curious about, and if he was here, I would ask him, but he doesn't come in here anymore since Jeremy kind of ruined that for me. Thank you, Jeremy.
And I don't, to be perfectly honest with you, I wouldn't, unless he goes on camera, and I see him point blank with that name, I am sort of like going 50-50 that it's actually him.
True, but it was quite entertaining until
it's always entertaining when these clowns come in.
Yeah, it was quite entertaining, but I no longer get that source of entertainment. Thank you, Max Lab, and thank you, Jeremy. Thank you for taking away my source of entertainment. But when he says my prior counsel had already drafted a request to report Mr. Shochet, but it was not filed during his representation, I wonder if Bruce gave that to him.
There we go.
And that's one of the things that he used as like a inspiration or copy paste. Angel. Okay. So I'm just curious. It's one of those questions that I don't know the answer to, but I just think out loud and ask. It's
wait, what?
What do you think?
I have just received a report back for that document.
Do not unplug it. So it's one of those things of, I'm just curious if it was changed so much to make it look like it didn't, that Bruce didn't do it, to like AI. So if the judge like ran it through AI, that it wouldn't flag. However, when you change stuff so much to not make it look like you, it ends up looking like you anyway.
Right. Well, basically, it says here, right, and this is what me. This is me being as genuine as they come, because you know that I don't beat around the bush. AI generated, highly unlikely. AI does not naturally produce federal court format filings with exact pace headers. AI assisted, possible, but only if the attorney use AI. Now, one thing I can say is that many of the documents that Bruce has put in, and other people who've put in documents, okay, even if it's written legally, right, you can still put it through a system that will help you make it sort of like, you know, a little, better reading, so to speak, based on the format. Like, you know, it has been written by someone with legal knowledge, right? So that's already one red flag. So because it says here, okay, where the structure indicators, standard case header format, right? The document is laid out exactly with like a federal court filing. Standard case format, sequential document 175, file page X and all that. Typical PACER style numbering, page lengths, 6 pages, typical for motions for response filing. Important. Court generated PDF or attorney filed motions follow strict format rules. This is not a structure and AI. Okay, fine. Looks legitimate court document. Fine. I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is that somewhere down the line, they used AI to assist writing it, because I doubt very much that John Cook has the ability or the understanding of legal parlay, so to speak. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 2 things. Ree actually says, please remind everyone to make sure they are still subbed. I was on a 20-minute quarantine. I don't even remember what I was agreeing with now. Yes, please make sure you are still subscribed. YouTube has been messing with everything weird lately. YouTube's just on a weird kick with subscribers lately, not just with my channel. They're eating entire channels for what seems like nothing. So please make sure you are still subscribed. But also, that was one of my points earlier, was I don't think it was written by AI just saying like, hey, write me a document.
No.
I think it was handwritten or like written out. I need something to complain about, or I'm complaining about something, and then put through AI to say, hey, make this sound less like me.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing. This is what I was saying months ago about Lynette and these idiots writing legal documents. The thing is, if they are assisted or written by other people, like Deuce Boy, like, you know, Mr. Elmer Fudd or anyone else, the thing is, if they end up in court and Deuce Boy is no longer there to represent them, they need to remember what they put in those documents. They can't read that. Yes, you can use the documents to refresh your memory. However, they need to know what they've put in these documents. And this is why I am a little bit pissed off every time I see these lines. I know that there has been some sort of AI assisted help, because John Cook does not talk like that.
When he has come in here and the person who has come in here pretending to be him has not typed like that.
Exactly. So, I mean, like, anyway, let's carry on. I've read all the way down to the next page.
So we have 204 people in here and we have 121 likes. Can we get that up to like 150, please?
Yeah, come on, people, hit
I
that like
appreciate
button.
that.
You know, it doesn't cost.
It's not for me, for the little. But it's just weird. Like, things are just odd. And it's like you can't exactly put your finger on what is odd about them, but it's just weird. And I want to address this before I get to the 5 gift. Thank you here and after 1, 2, 3 for the 5 gifted Squid Pro Quo memberships. It is greatly appreciated. Thank you for helping turn the chat green. Very much appreciated. And thank you for helping to pay off my Christmas debt because I went over budget this year. Big time. And the Freckled Ginger, thanks for the $5 super chat. I need poly mops. That way all my floors get cleaned at the same time. I mean, that's what a poly mop is, right? It's more than one mop at the same time.
Bonsoir, sent page. Bonsoir, madame. Bienvenue.
Hey. And
pardon, monsieur. Madame.
I'm leaning towards a little bit of influence from everybody, like a group effort. This person posted this motion that sounded good. This person posted this motion that sounded good. Throw it all into one document, run it through AI to make it sound like an actual coherent sentence, and move on.
Right. Let me ask you a question. This is a serious question. I think I've asked you this before privately. If someone is writing legal documents and they have no, actually, I don't bring it up earlier on as well. If someone is writing legal documents, okay, and they are not and they are representing themselves and giving themselves, how can I put it? How can I put this without sounding dumb? Right. If someone is misrepresenting themselves by, sending people emails where the word illegal is in it, are they and they are helping other people who are pro se with legal documents. However, they have no training whatsoever in law, but they act like they do. Because let's be honest with you, the crampon, she didn't know about law when she first started all this. She learned that from freaking Boost Boy.
Salty Dog brings up a good point, but AI can spell subordination. Touche.
Good point.
Yeah, I haven't watched the quartering in a while, but there's a bunch of stuff going on with YouTube being crazy. Our very own Slug channel got yeeted. So if you haven't seen Slug for a while, that's why his channel got yeeted.
Was that YouTube doing it? Was it?
Yeah, that they've done it. It's all over Twitter where they've done it. Like I would say 1 million accounts.
Jesus.
Yeah, they've really Camelot has chargebacks. Camelot, they had chargebacks on his account, and YouTube, it's against their terms of service to charge him, and they didn't tell him. So all of a sudden they started taking money out of his stuff. YouTube is just being weird right now. So like YouTube is just being weird. So I appreciate the likes and the shares more than the super chats, because that will keep consistent ad revenue and stuff like that. Yeah, burnt toast got yeeted too. There's channels with millions of subscribers that have gotten yeeted. So it's interesting. Even some people that I know and that I've talked to have looked at their super chats, and there was entire streams that they didn't get, that YouTube didn't pay them for. So YouTube is starting to let AI do more stuff, and it's not good. Yeah, YouTube does that, but some still have a.
Yeah, that's yeah. He's got 2, by the way, of that I know.
Yeah, and then Jeff Pro Se can have outside assistance in writing documents, including out-of-state attorneys. Only requirements is notice that assistance is to be made known at conclusion of the document. Yeah, and we did talk about that about a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago. About the ghostwriting.
Yeah, but that's from a qualified or from someone who does have legal, like a license to practice law. Because I don't even know if a paralegal can actually represent or write stuff for you.
Their goal may be to get rid of Randy like LP like LP got rid of Jeremy's first lawyer. I don't recall that first lawyer's name. Mark Feather.
Yeah.
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 Mark
No,
Feather.
the thing is, Mark Feather had to withdraw himself because of the allegation that Lynette made.
Yeah.
That's the reason he unfortunately couldn't carry on, is because of the allegation that Lynette Preston made in court when that apparent, yeah. So I can't remember exactly
I
what was
can
said.
forget because 1, there's been a lot. 2, I'm covering a lot of cases, and 3, I'm cognitively impaired.
1 sec, I'll be right back. I have to go and pray to the porcelain god.
I'll email you about an idea, especially don't want you to get hit by YouTube for a great stream like yesterday. Yeah, yesterday needed to happen, but I knew that was going to happen. All right, let's get into this. This case. Where did we leave off? This is on December 19th, 2024, the court itself heard live the plaintiff read his statement from one of his YouTube videos discussing this case. A lawsuit isn't to, oh, they're bringing this up again. A lawsuit isn't to win a lawsuit. It's to make you spend all your money on a lawyer and bankrupt you. That's what the win is. I could care less if I win in court. If I win in court situation, my goal is to make sure you have no money. The goal is of the lawsuit. One, we've made it clear over the last year that was taken out of context. And secondly, so what? I don't have to like somebody or be close friends with somebody to understand when someone wants revenge. And when you've created a hassle for someone for going on 3-4 years now, they just want to make you pay. And they just want to make you suffer. It's my petty side where sometimes I just want to see karma get people and make people suffer. It's my petty side. So I can see that. Even if taken out of context, even if this wasn't taken out of context and that was the thing. So fucking what? You sued him. You started trouble with him. You fucked around and now you found out. Sucks to be you. Like, I got nothing. Yeah, if there's cause, who cares if it's for revenge? It's an outright admission of abusing the courts for improper purposes. No,
As pretended.
It's you fucked around, now you're about to find out because I can sue you, therefore I will. I'm pretty sure if they would have just said, fine, we'll leave you alone, that none of this would have ever happened. The court already threw out the plaintiff's extortion claims because of the false label slapped onto counts to influence jurisdiction by creating a false appearance of claims for treble damages. The court also said it did not think the plaintiff could support tortious interference claims, and the plaintiff has, in fact, produced no evidence of any actionable interference by Preston or Cook.
Can I just say something? Why is it that I can hear the crampon's voice when you're reading that out? Why is it
That's
that
insulting.
I am hearing, why is it that I'm hearing her voice when you're reading?
And remember, guys, this is one of the other things that you have to remember with this document itself. Take this document, regardless of what this document says, or how it's written or who wrote it. This is related to Federal 1. This was filed in Federal 1. Remember, Federal 1 is only Lynette and John. So we haven't talked about Federal 1 in a long time. So I forgot to mention that this is just Federal 1.
Yeah, Jeffrey Montgomery, I think you misinterpret what I'm saying here. Okay. Let me just clear it up for you, Sunshine. All right. Terminology and the way she speaks and the way she has written other documents. The terminology in here, the fact that the John Cook, if he did write this, is speaking about himself and Preston in the third person. And if I was talking about myself, I would not be putting my surname at the end of that as in the third person. So, and the fact that there's like comments, for example, extortion, for example, tortious interference, and there's a lot of terminologies in there that are like her. It's for some reason I can hear her voice when Squid is reading that out. So you take it any way you like.
No, this was filed in Federal 1. So this was filed in Federal 1. So that was the document numbers kind of give it away. It's document 175, but if you haven't paid attention to the actual document numbers, Federal 2 is only at like 146, I think.
Yeah,
This is 175 and 176. This was filed in Federal 1. So you have to remember Federal 1 is only John and Lynette as defendants. So it's kind of one of those, like, we have to just put it in perspective, because with everybody else involved, we have to remember who is Federal 1 and who is Federal 2. So it's you know, it's just one of those situations of we have to like
that was constructive criticism. I'm just, if you guys want to guilt trip me, then please try better. Thank you. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just pointing out that when you're reading that out, the terminology in this document, it sounds like her.
I knew you weren't trying to make it sound like I sounded like the crampons. I know that.
Hell no.
I know that. I was just giving you shit. When I give him chat, just a heads up, when I give him shit, it's because we don't say, when we log on and talk to each other, we don't say, hi, how are you? It's, what's up, fucker? Like, that's how we talk to each other. Like, it's not disrespectful. It's vet to vet. It's not like, he tells me to, honestly, like, he tells me to shut the hell up all the time.
Or I just tell you to wind your neck in and give me a bloody chance to freaking speak.
It's a beat down. So, like,
I mean, the last
when
time
we spar back and forth, or he says something to me, or I sound offended, trust me, I'm not offended. If I was offended, I would just do this.
Yeah, exactly. And like, did I care about that? No. It's look, guys, you need to understand is that, like, she's short, and unfortunately the weather down there is really thick and mucky smoke. But anyway, no, let's not get off track here. I'm telling you right now that she's got involvement in writing this.
Oh, I think they all had a hand in this. I think there was a little bit.
I don't think Bruce has.
I think Bruce gave him the motion that because on page 1, it said my prior counsel had already drafted a request.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Bruce gave him that motion.
Probably, but
that's where Bruce, I think, has a hand in this. Is he gave him, whether he gave it to him last week or he gave it to him a year ago. John, I'm convinced that John has that document. So that's where I think that Bubbles had
Jeffrey,
a hand in
I know that you don't like me, mate, but like, try to keep it friendly, okay? But anyway, let's carry on.
All right.
Because I'm trying to be nice here, but if you want to play a game, I'm more than willing to play a game. But anyway, going back to this document, I mean, yeah, he may have had some influence, but if they haven't been in communication, well, if he's gone radio silent on all of them, then there's only 3 other people. You got you got Life Jacket Lips, you got Elmer Fudge. They're the only 2.
Elmer Fudge.
Right? Sorry. They're the only 2 people who have any type of legal understanding. And then you've got the possibility of the bankruptcy lawyer or this other lawyer that they had in Ohio. So you've got 4 possibilities.
All right. And it said, The defamation claims in the complaint were initially based on some handwritten cardboard on sticks sign stuck in the grass that only 3 people ever saw. That's got Bruce written all over it. Which the plaintiff alleges were written by Michelle Preston, faced with a 12B1 motion challenging federal jurisdiction for not meeting the amount in controversy threshold under 28 U.S. Code 1332. The plaintiff filed an affidavit, document 8-1, with the following allegation in paragraph 19 that wasn't in the complaint. Mr. Cook and Miss Preston's online post calling me a child PDF are constant and ongoing to this day. Yes, because you're always on the freaking internet. If you get off the damn internet, that sentence has no standing. But when you're always on the damn internet running your mouth, Jeremy's got a point. Like,
I mean,
devil's advocate,
yeah, I
just
mean,
shut the fuck up. It's not hard.
Yeah, my pretty and myself actually covered that last night in regards of the comments that were made on their platform, right? The fact of the matter is that this is so blasé for them to say. I mean, okay, if the individual has learning difficulties or something or is autistic, then you can't really say much. But however, the fact that individual said that means that these people have been sitting there talking about it in front of him. So there's no ifs or buts about it. And the fact, okay, the only thing I will say is the fact that they closed it down straight away. That's the only card they're getting. But the fact of the matter is, it's not the first time they've mentioned this. It's not the first time they've indicated that. So Hales has every right to point that out. And this here is definitely something out of a document that Bruce read.
It's just simple. It's just simple. When you go on the internet and you constantly talk crap about the same person over and over and over again.
Yeah.
This sentence right here becomes true.
Yep.
If you would not talk and there would not be transcripts, because I'm sorry, anytime anybody goes online and talks about this case, somebody is grabbing a transcript. Somebody's grabbing screenshots. Ask me how I fucking know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everybody is grabbing screenshots. Everybody is grabbing screen recordings. Everybody is grabbing stuff, whether they're trying to catch something taken out of context or they're trying to catch you in a lie. The problem is transcripts don't have, when YouTube runs when you run a transcript on YouTube, there is no punctuation. So you have to go back and listen to, but if you would not constantly go on the internet and talk crap about people.
The whole thing has got so messy. I don't even think that they understand what they're saying and what they're doing. I mean, there's been times where I've seen clips. Someone has clipped something they said on their platform, not just them, but also Jabba the Hoot, and they've totally contradicted themselves. And I mean, properly contradicted themselves. And you're going, well, this is the whole point. Why don't you just shut the up and wait until the court date? Just, and you don't see Randall Shochet all over the freaking interwebs going, oh, yeah, fucking boy. You don't see him doing that.
No, because I don't always agree with what Randy writes or what Randy says in motions. I don't always agree with it, which is my prerogative as a human being to have my own opinion. However, the one thing I can say about Randy is he does not talk about active fucking cases. You don't hear him talking to anybody about anybody else's case. Have
you noticed that on the what the hell side, all the lawyers have not discussed or said anything except except when they all met up and they were very careful what they said, but not one lawyer on the what the hell side has ever come online and discussed the case. However, you've got Deuce Boy and you've got all these other lawyers on the anti what the hell side using the interwebs like if it was like, you know, if they're like a new version of a town choir. It makes no sense to me. It just doesn't. I mean, like, yeah. You want to carry on? Let's carry on.
I got nothing. But about that quote, he says this was perjury. More pertinent to this request, it was perjury suborned by Mr. Shochet as intended by the plaintiff and Mr. Shochet. The court explicitly relied on this perjury in denying the 12B1 motion. And I feel like we've had them complain about Randy and perjury before. Like, this is not new. I can't remember what motion. I will have to go back and run a search. However, I feel like this is not the first motion that they've said Randy, Jeremy, perjury in the same sentence.
So tell me something. Put in a document. Right. Hear me out on this one. So a lawyer writing a motion stating that he has been fired or dismissed by the clients, but then the client, and then to post that motion into the court, but then the clients to contradict exactly that what he has put onto the docket, that as now that there is evidence of them saying that he then approached them and asked them for him to be released. Okay, so you just there, you've got a serious problem, a serious ethics problem. And considering that Doucheboy has probably broken every single rule in the American Bar Association rules, guidelines for professional conduct. I mean, like using that word is like like swearing. I apologize for actually saying professional. But so what is that then in the eyes of the law?
I got nothing. I got nothing. This whole thing is like, I'm having trouble keeping my thoughts straight because it's like, you know? So Ree said, I got brutally called out by Spawn a while back in a live. My name being called out over and over. I forgive, it was a misunderstanding.
Oh yes, absolutely. And I will apologize again now. It was a complete misunderstanding. And yeah, and I can't stop apologizing, to be honest with you. You know, and I will always apologize to you, Reed, because you know I was in the wrong. And if I'm in the wrong, I will put my hands up and I will publicly apologize.
And
You know,
I don't know what happened with that, but I do know there are some, like yesterday, Spawn misunderstood me in a comment in the chat. It happened.
I don't take it personal.
He misunderstood me, and we talk almost every day. And yet, when I put a comment into his chat yesterday, he misunderstood what I meant by that. So,
but then again, I wasn't in the right frame of mind, and so basically, when you Americanese type shit, you know, it's like reading Chinese while you're Japanese. So come on,
and everybody has days where it's like,
and you know, I at the end of the day, you know, I don't take things personally. I always usually just move on straight away. And you know, if anyone is offended by, you know, how I am, who I am, and what I say, then grow thicker skin.
And then you have Freckle. He's been mean to me before, and I laugh. That's how I know he really cares. Like I said, when Spawn and I talk to each other, if you think he's disrespecting me, I promise he's not. I can hold my own.
Oh, I'll tell you one thing.
If sometimes he's like, will you richly shut up already and let me talk? So, you know.
Yeah. But the thing is, you are a pain in my fucking neck sometimes, I'll tell you.
You're a boil on my backside.
Yeah, whatever. Use toilet paper next time.
You're like a hemorrhoid. You never go away.
All right, listen, you're like a fucking hole in a wall. It's called a plug socket. Look, shut up and carry on reading. Seriously. Like, fucking... And stop drinking that fucking rocket fuel.
This is protein shake.
That's just sad. That you could have made that yourself.
I know I could have, but do you think my fat ass will? No. No.
Don't make me say it. I'm not. Don't make me. No.
No. All right. Paragraph 19 allegation could have easily been vetted by Mr. Shochet before filing it as evidence in opposition to a motion to dismiss. Sorry, now I know what document that's in.
Wait, did he post? Wait, that he post? Oh, okay, shut up. I'll shut up. I just noticed that.
What'd you notice?
Nothing.
Shut up. AT1. If you're gonna, never mind. I was gonna say, if you're gonna talk to me like that.
Why is it that every time I come into your fucking stream, I seem to walk around like a fucking dartboard?
Because it's just welcome to my chat. It's brutal in here.
Okay. Anyway, no, I just noticed something. Look at you know, when you write a document, right? I think basically our Mr. Cook or whatever his name is copied and pasted and just printed it out. Because look at the margin at the top. No. Come back down onto that next page.
Yeah.
So that was sent to him. He's taken it and he's posted it. Tell me that right? Yeah, I'll shut up. I'll go back into my box.
No, there is so many things about this document where it could be anything. We don't know. This is all speculation. We are not saying for certain that this or this is this. This is all us just talking with the chat, speculating things that we see that don't add up. That just don't add up. Like, I don't know how else to describe that. Just
Oh God! Now Robert
yeah, no
Brown
page breaks at all. Oops, sorry. The Buck Naked, thanks for the $5 super chat. Remember the quote, win one for the Gipper? Well, when LMNOP starts a new slogan, win one for the stripper.
All right, I've got a new terminology. Hey, Robert Brown, I know we know each other, brother from another mother, right? Smeg off.
Well, in all actuality, y'all do walk down the wrong side of the street.
Oh,
Y'all are backwards.
Actual fact, no, we don't. We walk down the right side of the road. You guys just decided to fucking do stupid shit. Anyway.
Yeah, I think we can all say for sure JC didn't write this. Yeah.
So yeah. Right, that's out of the way now. Let's move on.
If the statement were true, online post calling the plaintiff a PDF file would be documented. Mr. Shochet had an ethical duty to require his client to produce the alleged online post or to identify them in some fashion to enable Mr. Shochet to confirm their existence and produce them in response to discovery request. My problem with this. My problem with this is you want them to produce something in response to discovery requests when you haven't produced discovery.
Exactly.
Discovery for this freaking case was supposed to be over like last October? No.
Yeah.
Maybe like March of this year.
Can you just to think? I've just noticed something else. Can you just do me a favor? Can you just make that a bit smaller so I can see page 1, page 2, 3, and 4? All right, scroll down. Okay, go back to page 3. I see what he's done there. I've seen what he's done there. If you have a look at that, just leave it there for a second. You look at that, page 1, 2. Go back to page 1 very quickly. Okay, now if you see page 1, go down page 2.
This looks like it was done with a typewriter.
All right. Yeah, keep going. Right, you notice the difference between a font?
Yeah, it's bolded.
Yeah, but page 1, 2, and 3 isn't.
Well, page 1 and 2 aren't. This is page 3.
Yeah, page 1, 2. Oh, yeah, sorry, page 1, 2. The rest
and then it goes back to regular with bold on page 4. It's weird. It's just all sorts of.
Now, I know this is going to sound like a stupid question. If you copy and paste something on your cell phone or on a
He will be home soon.
Yeah, if you paste something on your cell phone, would it turn out like that, really thin, like you got large gaps on the left and the right, but it's all sort of like, because that looks, Sorry, I'm fucking so far out of the box right now. I'm looking at this. I do apologize, everyone.
It all depends. Angel, stop. Well, then go. I don't know what to tell you. I'm trying to help you, and you toddler.
What's she
Toddler.
doing?
She wants to call her dad, but I'm not going to let her because he's currently in the process of getting out of work, so he can't talk right now anyway.
Yeah.
And she did not like that. No.
Yeah, I mean, if we go back up, and so you know, like,
Can we read the rest of the document first, and then we'll talk about the font and the stuff like that, because it's only 6 pages, and we've been at this for an hour and 25 minutes, and we still haven't made it through this document.
Okay, well, do you want me to read some?
Yeah. If you
Where
want
am I starting?
the plaintiff right here.
Roger, got you. The plaintiff failed to identify any such online posts calling him a PDF file in his remote deposition on December 2nd, 2024. He failed to identify any during his live depositions on December 19th, 2024. He failed to produce any in response to written discovery to date. There has been no online post calling the plaintiff a PDF file identified or produced by the plaintiff. Okay. Attorney Bruce Deuce Manskin, right, prior counsel for Preston and Cook, publicly announced a $2,000 reward. Wait, what? To anyone who could produce any online post by Preston and Cook calling the plaintiff a PDF file. This offer was reposted in numerous Facebook groups. Oh, I mean, do you know this guy must be dope? Anyway, and has a subject to YouTube live streams viewed by hundreds of thousands of fans of the plaintiff. Nobody produced any online posts by Preston or Cook as alleged by plaintiff in Doc 81, paragraph 19. So, anyway. Canon 3B6 of the Code of Conduct for United States judges provide, this is definitely Deuce or someone else giving him this. The judge should take appropriate actions upon receipt of reliable information indicating the likelihood that a lawyer violated I've seen this in a document somewhere before, that exact paragraph. The court has reliable information indicate Mr. Shochet violated rule of professional conduct 4.3 4-3.3 4-3.3 of the Florida Rules of Professional Conduct provided. Candor towards the tribunal. A. False evidence duty to disclose. A lawyer shall not knowingly 1. Make a false statement of fact or law to the tribunal to fail or correct a false statement of material facts or law previously made to the tribunal by the lawyer. 2. Fail to disclose a material fact to a tribunal when disclosure is necessary to avoid assisting a criminal or fraudulent act by the client. 4. Offer evidence that the lawyer is known to be false. A lawyer may not offer testimony that a lawyer knows to be false in the form of a narrative unless so ordered by the tribunal if the lawyer client, or a witness called by the lawyer has offered material evidence of the lawyer comes known to its falsity. The lawyer shall take reasonable remedial measures, including, if necessary, disclosure to the tribunal. A lawyer may refuse to offer evidence that the lawyer reasonably believes is false.
I swear, Bruce put that in something before. Like that was something last year. That was.
Do you know that's been put in documents since last year? Do you know that?
Yeah. I can't remember.
It's parrot fashion. That there is parrot fashion.
I can't remember if it was Federal 1 or Federal 2, though.
You can read that page, that last rest. All
right. Mr. Shochet cannot demonstrate a good faith belief that his client's statement in paragraph 19, document 8-1 was factually true because he failed to confirm the existence of online posts calling plaintiff a child a PDF file made by Preston and Cook before filing his client's sworn affidavit. His client committed perjury. Mr. Shochet suborned it, and they both committed fraud on the court to falsely influence its exercise of jurisdiction. Like, just bleh. Mr. Shochet's possible perjury to gain admission to the Florida bar, in addition to reporting Attorney Shochet to the Florida bar for an investigation into his subordination of perjury to influence this court's exercise of jurisdiction. The court should request the bar also investigate Shochet's original application and admission to the Florida bar in light of the information detailed in Arkansas Supreme Court's decision in Shochet v. Arkansas Board of Bar Examiners. They had brought this up last year. Didn't they put that in I want to say they put that in Bruce's motion to get the judge removed.
Yeah.
I swear they had done that already.
Yeah, it's familiar.
Hey Jen. Yeah, it's familiar. They had, and this is part of why I try not to. It creeps up on me all the time. Try not to pay attention to all the outside drama so that when I look at this, I can remember that I saw it in a document, because that's really all I pay attention to. So it, I just can't remember what document it was in, but I think it was by Bruce. And I think it was either Bruce at the end of his time in Federal 1, or it was Fleesa in Federal 2.
I mean, that Shocket's possible perjury to gain admission to Florida, that's definitely Deuce Boy. That's Bruce Matskill 100% that.
Yeah, but I can't. I don't know if it was Bruce, but it was whoever put it in their motion previously. And I just can't remember. It was Fed 1 early. Okay. I'll have to go back and look, but I remember it being in a document submitted to the court already.
I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, they've been after Shocket for a few months now. They are trying everything. And don't forget, you got Deuce Boy, you got Elmer Fudge, aka Mr. Magoo, you've got Volp, aka Skeletor, aka hello, you guys. Right, and then you've got freaking the Crampons as well. All of them have been after Shocket for quite a few months now, because they know that he's doing his job. And the fact that something the bankruptcy backfired on him, for the trustee to to request that he employ him as a lawyer, right? It's all falling apart for him. So they're trying every trick in the book. They're trying to discredit, the lawyer, like they tried to discredit Silverman, like they tried to discredit Mark Feather. Then now it's Shocket. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to discredit the lawyer up in Ohio who represents them. It's like, when will they actually come to the realization is that, you trying to discredit Mark Shocket is not going to work.
You mean Randy Shochet?
What did I say?
Mark Shochet.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I'm trying to find where it would.
Yeah.
Motion to compel, Zoom hearing.
Love you, baby.
Attorney's fees. I was trying to. Let's see.
Actual fact, Sharon actually brought up a good point. I missed a couple of people out. Sean Martin, they tried to go after, and Larry Foreman as well. I'm looking forward to this little tete-a-tete with Larry Foreman and Deuce Boy. I can't wait.
Nope, I was trying to.
Where did I get that name, Mark? Oh, I know why I was saying Mark Wahlberg. There you go. I was talking about it last night.
Or Mark Feather, we were talking about.
Yeah, and Mark Feather. Yeah, old Mark Feather. Yeah.
Mark Feather and Randy Shochet. You just combine the two. Oh,
Yeah.
I just opened 130, and this is what I saw. All my I was 130 exhibit 8. I was all my thumbnails. Like, sorry, I just have to show y'all. I was looking for the where I had seen that before, and I opened up 130 and I'm scrolling through all the exhibits, and this is what I saw. I'm like,
Gee.
you know, totally proving that I cover way more than just what the Hales. You know? But okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, I was just
That's brilliant. Fame at last. Yeah.
exhibit 8, document 130, exhibit 8. I forgot. I totally forgot about that until I was just looking at it. Yeah, we covered that first because to get it out of the way.
At least you're getting free publicity.
Yeah, that's true. The order, if you want to see the order from this, TLDR, we covered it the first 5 minutes because we knew this was going to take us forever, because this was the heart of the conversation, and the order basically just struck it down because the case is on a stay, and you can't file anything when the case is on a stay.
And the fact that he filed this and it was stricken gives the opposition now the ability to write a counter argument. Oh, they can't, can they? No, they can't.
No filings are authorized, which means not even a response. And that's one of the reasons that the judge put that order in so damn quickly is you don't even need to respond. You can't respond. No filings are authorized. He literally said, no, seriously? Well, we'll have a conversation about that. He literally says this case is currently stayed and no filings are authorized. Not even from the only filing that is authorized was every 90 days or whatever it was. Randy has to put in a update on the bankruptcy. That's it.
Oh, that's going to come back to bite them in the ass because if they get, oh.
So remember how I said like certain things like that certain people are mad because a certain bubble brain hasn't been sanctioned yet? The judge literally said it in this order. No filings are authorized. Not even a sanctions filing.
Nope.
Yeah, he basically said sit down and shut up to everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Unless the Florida bar examiners granted admission to Mr. Shochet, despite his known history of fraud, deceit, and perjury as a practicing dentist on his Series 7 and Arkansas bar applications, it seems likely that Mr. Shochet failed to disclose his history on the Florida bar application. Have you seen his Florida bar application?
I haven't. And what's that got to do with this case? I mean, like they are so desperate to try to get him off this case. They are desperate. I think it's because it's fear. They know that he with his colleagues are doing their job and they are representing Jeremy Hales the right way.
Oh, and speaking of this, the trustee is pissed. The latest in the bankruptcy was that I don't know if Jeremy posted anything because I don't know. Like I said, I don't watch what I do want to watch, let alone what I don't have time for. The latest in there was there has been a rescheduled hearing of creditors for the 22nd, whatever that Monday is. Monday the 22nd.
Before Christmas.
Yeah, Monday the 22nd. But it did say that the debtor appeared by Zoom yesterday. So it did say that she showed up, like according to the court, what the court had in their little note. She showed up. Debtor was present. So I don't know what happened with it. I don't want to know. Don't really care. Not important. All I know is it's been rescheduled for the 22nd. So, yeah, well, that's true too. Watch JC refile this under Fed 2. I would not put it past him, since in Federal 2, the only person who is the case is stayed for is Lynette. So,
And here's the thing: if on the 22nd, right, that bankruptcy could be closed on the 22nd.
mm-hmm.
So stand by, people.
I just got a message from somebody that I'll show it to you later. Mr. Shochet can easily debunk any notion he wasn't candid with the Florida Board of Bar Examiners by simply responding to this request with a representation to this court that he did disclose the Arkansas Supreme Court decision and his rejection from that state's bar to the Florida Bar of Examiners, or Board of Bar Examiners. If he does not refute the appearance that he withheld this information to prevent rejection for a Florida law license, such failure should be seen as an implicit admission and thus grounds for this court to refer Mr. Shochet to the bar for investigation of his Florida bar application.
Can I just point something out? You know that the judge can go into the bar list and actually do a background check on Randy Shochet at any.
Whoop! Hold on. I don't know why it does that. When I switch things, it takes you out. It's not supposed to.
The fact that these judges and the courts can actually see any entries, like if this was true, do you seriously think they wouldn't have said something by now? Just saying. It's the oldest trick in the book. Try to discredit your opposition to get the upper hand, but they're failing at it.
Yeah, and I had said this at the very beginning because I knew that this document would take us forever because we would point out various things that we've seen or copied and pasted, or what about this, or what about that, or we would pick out various notifications or things that we noticed. This is why I covered the order first, to get it out of the way, because it was quick, straight to the point, and proved my point that I've been saying for 5 months. You can't do anything on a case that is stayed. It's almost like I had said that for the last 5 fucking months. And I literally had said, he's procedural. It's all procedure. He didn't even read it. He literally said, you can't do it. I'm not even going to read it. It's a waste of my time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and by the way, I did a little bit of research on Elmer Fudd, aka Mr. Magoo, aka Patience, and I came across a document that gave me access to PACER. I didn't realize PACER, you could access PACER outside the United States, considering it's a government platform.
I mean, I'm sure you can. I'm sure there's ways. I wouldn't know what they were because obviously I'm here. So, yeah. First, the magistrate will not address this nonsense. 2, BBB and at least 1 other has filed complaints to the bar. 3, the bar will not entertain complaints due to party litigation. Yeah.
That's fact. I think they're clutching at straws because they know that their ship is sinking, and they're trying every single dirty trick to try to get out of it.
You just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. I'm just going through all the documents in Fed 1, and I don't think it's Fed 1 that was filed in, but I remember seeing that before. I just like, this is document 176 or 175 and 176, guys. So like, if I can't remember what document it was filed in, forgive me, because there's a lot of them. It's a process.
Yeah, I don't want to go on PACER. I don't want to end up with a bill. Yeah. pay my well-earned pounds to dollars.
It's only 10 cents a page, and as long as you're not stupid about it, you know. Like my bill on all the cases I'm covering, my bill was only $132.60 last year or last quarter. I spend about $600 a year on Pacer.
Yeah,
And
but you cover ever court cases though.
Yeah. I like to cover documents because it's things you won't see everywhere else. Like it's things that you won't see in the mainstream media. She's mad. She big mad. I don't know what she's mad about. Oh, she wants to call her dad and she can't. That's why the little is upset right now if you hear her in the background. Because she's wanting to call her dad and she can't because he's driving. So we don't call him when he's driving, especially when it's raining outside. And Fletcher Boy, thanks for the $4.99 super chat. I'll have to watch replay. Popped over to Law Talk with Mike for an update on that horrific case in Michigan. Yeah, that's a case I'm going to be covering tomorrow. I'm working on getting the documents. I can't get the documents from Michigan. I did email the court clerk. I have not heard back. So, but I will kind of be covering it from a what's in the news perspective. That will be tomorrow at 2:00. I will be covering it then, but I don't have the documents, and so it's.
So what happened in Michigan?
You can't sit down there. You're gonna break. Well, okay, fine. Okay. Yeah, that case in Michigan will make you lose sleep. Not any more than yesterday's, but I've kind of gotten used to covering some. Yeah. Thanks for covering it. It's horrible. Yeah, I'll be covering it. I do have access to that court, that Wexford County or Wexford, whatever county it is in Michigan, has their court.
There's one thing.
We have a YouTube channel.
There's one thing I want to cover, and I'll send you the link to this court case. Old chap in America, I'm not sure where, was speaking in front of your council or whatever, and 76 years old, and he was arrested, accused of DV against his wife, which is totally untrue. Police officer manhandles him to the ground and causes severe physical damage to him. While they were messing about with him, I think he was still in jail, and his wife passed away. And then he had to deal with that and everything and fight them. And then the same thing, his daughter passed away. And they basically arrested him in the evening when his daughter passed away. And I've got that video, and I want to send that to you. I would really like to rip this one open.
You just let me know.
Yeah.
The case yesterday just was interesting because it had to do with UK people. UK basically ran a sting operation, and he bit. But he's from my home county, which sucks.
Yeah, when the National Crime Agency gets involved, then the Interpol gets involved, and Washington, the Department of Justice, which have a department of Interpol there, will get involved, and that's when you got all the law enforcement communicating with each other.
It was, let's see, federal. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's my case that I was covering yesterday that my stream got very limited ad revenue. So basically it will throttle and it will get no more views. YouTube will not push it because they don't want to hear it. Justin Kagerbauer. It was
I think we got enough problems over here with PDF files at the moment with things that are going on in this country.
It was an HSI attaché London.
HSI? Right.
Yeah, Homeland Security Investigations. UK's Eastern Regional Special Operations Unit
Mm-hmm.
was the target of a child exploitation investigation. And the person involved was from Waukesha, Wisconsin.
You know what they should do with these people?
Yeah, all hail Lord Chippy.
They should put them in a rocket and send them to Mars and find out if Mars is livable or not.
The Wexford County case can be read in the Cadillac Evening News. Thank you. I was on Wexford's county clerk's website yesterday. I did email the Wexford County clerk to get documents. I have not heard anything back. I doubt that I will, but I also did email somebody who has a YouTube channel who had access to the documents to see if they would share the documents with me, or I could like reimburse them for if they paid for the documents. I don't know. Michigan, I've never gotten documents from before. But I have not heard anything back. So I will just be reading and kind of going over what is going on, and we'll cover any hearings that I find and stuff like that. But it's... I talk about the difficult cases here because, one, I just think about if we're losing perspective on what evil actually looks like. We call each other names all the time. I don't. Well, I can't say I always don't, but you see online people calling each other every hot button name and Yahtzees and all of this. It's like we need to remember what actual evil looks like, bring it out into the open so we all can see it, and maybe put things in perspective in your own life that your neighbor who, puts their trash can a little too close to your car isn't the worst thing in the world. It puts your own life into perspective when you remember that real evil actually exists. And we also need to bring it out into the open so we can see these red flags in people. I also have to do updates on Anthony Shea, which is the former Orange County Sheriff's Officer or Sheriff's Deputy who is accused of unaliving his wife, who was also a Orange County Sheriff's Department employee. There's also, we have to talk about cases that are coming up, including Hannah Dugan, the broke judge. We also have to talk about the TikTok girl who is accused of unaliving her mother and her stepfather in Carrollton County, Georgia. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I haven't even gotten to some cases that I want to talk about yet. I need to see if there's updates in the Florida State University football player issue, either from a criminal or a civil standpoint. So we have a lot to work on.
And people are going to probably hate what I'm about to say, but PDF files, it's nothing to do with psychological issues or mental health issues. It's a choice they decided to take. And personally, I think Elon Musk should get little rockets where we can stick these people and send them to Mars. So they can do like pre-advanced party on Mars.
As much as I would agree with that from my evil side.
They can have rockets with it, just by the way.
My evil side would agree with that. However, my rational side remembers human experimentation was done in the 40s in certain fenced-in places in Germany and Austria and Poland and stuff like that. So we're not going there. So yeah.
I just done the typical squid. I totally blanked what was said.
Okay, but I have to get going. I have a feeling there is a box on my front porch that needs to be brought in, and the little will not let me. No, do not bite those. Do not bite those. Girl, do you not understand the definition of do not bite? toddler life. Gotta love it. But congratulations on being smoke-free for 2 months and 5 days. That's an accomplishment.
Why don't you just kick me in the nuts while I'm down? No, full well that I'm, oh, wait a minute, he doesn't. No, you wouldn't know that I'm trying to. Yeah, okay, I'll shut up.
That's how Australia was colonized. True. That's a good point. But there's still
Obviously, you don't know
in
your history
Australia.
there, Pokemon. No, but seriously, I mean, like, yeah.
I didn't forget about that. There's a whole bunch of human experimentation that should just not happen. So my evil side, yes, says send them off and do horrible things. However, my more rational side says that when that was done, it didn't, those people who did it were very evil, and I don't want to be associated with people like that.
Sending them to the moon is my rational side, Squid. Because at the end of the day, it's a choice. You know, I mean, I read an essay on it last year.
Get it out of your.
And it's
Hold
scary.
on.
What? Oh, someone's in trouble. Someone's in trouble. I can't wait until all this goes to court and those signs are put up and used as evidence.
She's mad because I took her. She loves reusable ice cubes. She loves carrying them around the house, playing with them, stacking them up like blocks. Well, I keep telling her not to put it in her damn mouth because, one, I don't want her biting it, and whatever liquid is in here, I don't want her getting to. And second, I don't want her choking on them. And she does not listen right now. We're in a phase where she's pushing buttons. So I'm going to take every reusable ice cube we have in this house and throw it in the garbage.
Well, ladies will be ladies.
Anyway, on that note, do you have any?
Yeah, I just want
any
to
final
wrestle with
thoughts?
myself. Eh? Have I got any final thoughts?
Yes.
I think I am totally out of my opinion on this whole saga. To be perfectly honest with you, the people involved, they went out trying to make money out of this. It's all a money-making scheme, and it's backfired on them. And unfortunately, there are people out there who will still give them money, who will still support them and everything else. At the end of the day, you can't tell people not to do something. But I just hope that common sense prevails and that you, ladies and gentlemen, Ewoks and Wookiees and members of the jury out there, that you actually one day just take a step back and regardless if you like or dislike either side, it doesn't really matter. You have to look at the fact that so many people on the anti-what the Hales have caused so much lie, and they've caused so much deflection and subterfuge that the only way this is now going to end is when they sit in court. And I'm going to still sit here and I'm going to mock them for their behavior. And I'm going to point out their shortfalls, And if you're going to play the victim in the same breath where you belittle and attack individuals, and then in the same breath play the victim and think that you are a subject expert on everything that you talk about, then just remember one thing. In the dark shadow, there's someone called Spawn. I like doing research and I like calling people out. Please, please, please think about your actions. Think about what you're doing. Right? This has gone on for nearly 2 years now. And all this could have been avoided by the most simplest thing. Oh, look, we received a letter. Oh, it says cease and desist on the top. So,
On that note,
well,
I think everything that needed to be said has been said.
moreover,
I mean, we could go on, but we'd start repeating ourselves with the same crap over and over again. And you know how I roll. I like to talk about it, but I don't like to beat a dead horse because that frustrates the hell out of me. So anyway, I will see you guys on the next one tomorrow, 2:00. I have a short dropping on my other stream or on my other channel today. I need to edit the video over there. Thank you for everybody who supported me on the other channel. I appreciate it. Maybe we'll get monetized sometime in the next year. But I have us set up to redirect over to Mo in the Deep End. She is covering Brian Walsh. So go tell her that I said hi, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.
and thanks for all the love, everybody.
Would
On
you like
3,
to
2, 1, in German, ja, yeet.